Nurture, or that was the first time I heard it, was in Wedding
Yeah,
Crashers. Yeah.
got it. But yeah, nature versus nurture. Heather's like, let's throw it into the deep end. See what happens. And Jessica was like, no, you set me up to fail, which I don't really think Heather did. I don't like. She didn't want Jessica to quit. She didn't want Jessica to like fail because then it means that service is failing. If she really didn't want Jessica to grow and didn't really care about Jessica, I do feel like she just would have kept her in laundry and that would have been it.
Yeah, I kind of forgot like how much fun Heather and Frasier being dramatic about Jessica was. I actually kind of missed it.
Yeah.
I sort of did miss Jessica's presence on the boat. I was happy to have her there. And during the Zoom reunion, I just weirdly was. I just kind of went for it. Was like Heather wanted to put pressure on me to cover up for her own failure. So she went for it there, and
Yeah.
Heather got pretty pissed. When the viewers asked Jessica like why did you take the job if you're so miserable, Rachel just goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
Like, how dare you ask that question? That was great. But yeah, Frasier backed Heather up the entire time. Like, hey, Heather wouldn't have set her team up for failure. And Heather did mention, like, Jess, you volunteered yourself to get out of service. Now the all we did is come at you with love thing that Heather mentioned. I don't know if that's true.
No, I think at the end of the day, isn't like Heather trying to save her ass as far as like, I can be a chief stew, I can be good. And Jessica's also trying to not look like a bad worker. So she's been running, at some point, how many times can you run a story before, everybody thinks it's true?
Yeah, I mean, like Jess goes, Heather, you only talk to me on camera.
That's interesting.
That sounds hilarious. She's never even like looked at her, but then when there's a camera around, she's like, all right, I'm gonna give Jessica some encouragement.
Get a little insight on Heather then, huh?
Yeah, well, I think that's where the Heather being fake thing came from. I think Jess started it. By the way, John, Jess said she lost 15 pounds just from the stress
during
of
the
being
show.
on the boat. Yeah.
Well, I think she was there for like a week and a half. So
yeah, I think it makes sense.
Not healthy.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that you'd lose some weight because you're always on your feet and working like 16 hours a day. I mean, that does make sense because you're just going to burn a lot of calories. But yeah, she wasn't cool with the camera, as it sounds like.
Yeah, I think she just had some anxiety, right? Didn't she admit that?
Yeah.
Which, it just didn't suit her. So, it is what it is. Not all of us can love the camera. I don't, I haven't had I have my cell phone in front of me sometimes. That's about it. Like, so I don't know what that feels like. I probably never will, but yeah. So, Jessica, she made it. She made a mark on Below Deck. Sean, let's go into a couple of the other players here. A little less screen time for everybody else we're about to mention. Rachel. So she got the bus she was talking about. This was interesting. Did she talk about the bus on just the interviews, or did she talk about the bus during the show?
She talked about it with Eddie.
Okay, yeah. So it's pretty much a boss move. I saw some of the photos. It looked really cool. I mean, I don't know why this woman just doesn't set up like an awesome food truck, shoot, and like in her bus, or I don't know. There's probably regulations I'm thinking about, but I would eat, like, she could cook on any surface and I would eat all of it.
Maybe she found a loophole where I think with the food trucks, you probably have to be like, registered with some, I'm sure they're like maybe regulated now, but a food bus, untapped market maybe.
Yeah. You can come in, maybe like lie down a little bit.
I'm surprised in Florida you don't need like a CDL for that, but is that where she is? No, actually, who knows where she is?
I don't know where she is. I think Jessica's from Florida.
Yeah. Where's Rachel from? Everyone in the show spends time in Florida and Lottie in Fort Lauderdale, but I feel like Rachel's from like other than Northeast or like the upper Midwest.
Yeah, it's
like Michigan or Ohio. I can see it too. But yeah, dude, Captain Lee declared her best chef she's ever worked with, and just everyone else in the crew was just like, "Yep, like 100%." I don't know if she's got to move on from the show at a certain point, and like I don't know, she's destined for something bigger. I think.
Do you think Rachel is a top 1,000 chef in the world?
I mean, like, think like Chef Matt, who like had a really awesome resume and everything, and that guy would just melt down all the time.
Yeah.
I bet you she is. I know that sounds insane, and there's sure. I'm not sure who listens to this show. If we have any James Beard winners or Michelin star chefs, but they might laugh at that. But I don't know. As far as just individual chef cooking food, I maybe that one shocked me.
Yeah, I think she might be. Sean, a little bit about someone who I thought I thought was going to get more screen time, but I was hoping was Frasier. Had a couple lines. Kitchen looked great.
John, he was in Aspen.
Was he?
Yeah, Aspen, Colorado. I have no idea how he ended up there.
I was in Aspen, Colorado this last weekend.
That man, I'm not sure when they filmed this. I think they filmed it a few weeks ago.
No, all right.
Yeah, he might still be there though.
Yeah.
How random is that?
Yeah, I mean, guys on holiday,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he didn't not too much there. Let's see, Wes, like we said, just kind of showed up, wasn't really too much of a contributor, but did get the big applause from Captain Lee. Captain Lee kind of just buttoned up, he was
he was a little tough on Eddie, I thought.
Yeah, I thought so too.
They kind of bring up like some of the struggles with the deck team and everything like that. I don't know, because we end the season where Captain Lee is saying he wants Eddie to someday replace him, basically. And then when Andy asked him like, "Hey, how did Eddie do as a first officer?" And he just said like there's lapses at some of the most inopportune times. I mean, it wasn't a disaster. They didn't like hit another boat or anything.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I guess there's some mistakes though. Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that's a little bit foreshadowing too. Like, could that be Lee like separating himself from Eddie a little bit? Maybe Eddie's gonna have some blowback coming soon.
Dude, you might be right. I think Eddie's wants a little distance from the show right now.
Yeah.
And I don't like this is tough for him, but I think all the Reina stuff, I don't think he'll be on next season, is my guess.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
And I think that'll be more his choice than production's choice, but I think he needs a minute. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, he's taken a break before.
Yeah.
Sean, last but not least, Kaylee came on for a little bit. I don't know why they have them come on like so much later. Like 90% of the stuff they talked about was like, well, other than the Raina Heather thing, most of it happened while she was there. I felt like she could have just came on right with everybody else.
Yeah, she basically came on to agree with Heather.
Yeah,
with the Jessica situation. They let Jessica stay the entire time.
Yeah,
and usually if you leave halfway through the season, they bring you on for a minute and then get out of there. So Jessica works in catering and sales and on the west coast of Florida.
Yep.
I don't see her selling. I'm gonna be honest with you.
No. She's more on the catering side. So
yeah, I'm in the industry. People throw the word sales around a lot. It's like I don't know that you're. What do you sell?
Are you commission based?
Yeah.
Sean, anything else you got from the season, or not the season, but I guess I don't have anything else from the reunion. You got a favorite moment from the season?
Yes. So, all right, everyone, done, done, done. Uh, we like to end the seasons with we kind of where we discuss our favorite moments. And look, it was hard because, like, unfortunately, this season will be remembered for the N word incident and all the fallout from it. Right? I think a year from now, that's all you're going to think of is the N word, Raina, Heather, and Eddie, and that's unfortunate. So it took me a second to kind of think about like what my favorite moments were, but I have to say I really missed the early parts of the season. So here's a few nominees. Captain Sean making Eddie set up the beach furniture. I kind of like that actually, looking back. The kid with a 30 grand in his briefcase, like the 5-year-old, where he was handcuffed to his arm. I like that too. That family was nice. I mentioned earlier, I really liked all the interior drama. It's super relatable. Like I deal with it on a constant basis at work. Love how Frasier switched from like hating Heather to hating Jess and all that. And just like the way the teams would set up, that is very true to life. But I think my favorite moment was when Frasier and Jake made out, just because one, I wasn't expecting it. And I loved Jake's reaction to it. He would never felt embarrassed about it the next day. And he doesn't feel the need to explain to like the camera and anyone else that he was straight. It was like, no, it's something that happened. It was fun. There it is.
No.
That was my pick was Frasier and Jake making out. John, what about you?
Yeah. Sean, maybe put that out as like a Twitter poll or something. Like, what was your favorite? Mine actually was just like the bromance between Jake and Frasier.
Yeah.
That was it. Like, these guys, they didn't know each other. Like a week later, they're like best friends, or 2 weeks later, they're best friends. Overall, I enjoyed watching them. And like, yeah, Frasier had some like good quips on Heather and then on Jessica. But when these guys were together, they were just bros being bros. And they were fun, you know, they're just ripping some late night darts. Sean, you know, I love some dart talk. So
very true.
These guys were friends. It was genuine. And, you know, it sounds like I know they went to Florida together. I'm sure they're still friends, which is great.
Oh, we didn't mention that. Andy asked Frasier if they ever hooked up, like after the show.
He was coy about it, right?
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? We'll never know. But that was pretty much it. I mean, honestly, the season was just like such a blur because I forgot so much. It was just so dominated by a storyline.
Yeah, and look, that's not to say that storyline, like, it's not like Jen and I don't think that like that issue wasn't important, but I don't know. It was just I didn't feel like I learned anything from this season, if that makes sense. Like,
well, like I think about it is it's like I think Below Deck's supposed to be like fun and enjoyable, right? And like,
yeah,
because Heather did this, like the whole season was just like not enjoyable because of the fallout, which like, yeah, like when that happens, like it's not all supposed to be sunshine and roses, but like for Below Deck, I want Below Deck to be fun.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Just wasn't.
Yeah, I know. And I really liked the beginning of the season too. I really had high hopes. But yeah, like I liked the most recent Below Deck mid season more. I definitely like Sailing Yacht more.
Yeah.
I probably liked the Below Deck season 8 more, even though that ended with all the COVID stuff. I'd still probably pick that over this season. I'm not sure this is the worst season ever. I don't think it is, but I mean,
it probably in recent history.
Yeah. Of the past like 5, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. And like I said, like when I said anything, I learned anything. I always knew the N word was bad and that white people can't say it. And that wasn't, I don't know. But look, it happened and the show has to cover it. And
yeah,
I'm sure it happens a lot of workplaces.